few bits in this box, which I'd finished with Queen Elizabeth I, although I got muddled up and thought she was Mary Queen of Scots because I'm rubbish at history and faces. But yeah, last few bits in this box to see what we've got here, and then more auction, new auction stuff. This one's a bit of an odd one actually. I have tested it and it's coming up as silver, but I've seen quite a few of them on the tinterwebs that are not silver. They're just base metal, so this one's a bit odd. So I'm going to conclude it's almost certainly plated rather than actual silver. And she can be a tenner. There you go. Hey, these are chunky silver earrings that they feel like they should be Mexican for some reason, but I don't really know. I haven't got much to base that off at the moment. There's a maker's mark with a W that's not making much sense to me, and they've been fiddled about with and had clips put on them, and the clips are not silver, they're silver plated. So again, as a bit of a mystery thing that might be a bargain, it's a tenner. Right, rolled gold, Art Deco. See, I'm not even looking at my camera, maybe it's all blurry, who knows. Rolled gold, Art Deco, circa 1920, give or take 10 years. These are 9 carat gold fronted. As you can see, they're not gold at the back, but they weigh about 5 grams, so there's going to be about a gram of gold in there. 30 quid for those, because they're in good order and they look nice, and the real thing would be a couple of £100 these days. Smashed the camera. The crazy gold prices. These are little gold earrings. They're very light. They're just really quite simple, probably from the 80s or 90s. They're not hallmarked because they're under a gram, but they can be 20 quid. And this little gold cross is hallmarked, not that you'll be able to see it, but there's a mark on that bail. Again, there's not a huge amount of weight there, 20 quid. Right, I was looking at this for someone else the other day. This is the longest bracelet. It is 24 centimetres long. So I can't decide whether it's an ankle bracelet, which is more likely than a bracelet for a giant. I don't know, can't decide. Bracelets are typically sort of 18, 20 centimetres, so 24 is really quite long, but then you wouldn't normally put stones like that around an ankle. I can't decide. Either way, 20 quid. 1950s costume. This is going to be made in America, I think. There's a lot of I thinks today. Do you know, it's because I'm distracted. The weather's turned and my laundry's out and I think it's all going to get rained on. I probably ought to go and rescue it, and now here I am trying to do work before the rain comes. That, as I said, 1950s, I think American made costume jewellery, but pretty sparkly piece, so tenner. Right, this is a silver chain, but it is not a silver pendant, and that is a blister pearl. You know, it's real pearl, fresh water. Pretty cool and pretty, but they are modern and not set in silver. But the chain's silver and it's a nice long chain. Tenner. Oh, you're sweet. Old. Sweet and old. I wonder if that's amethyst. I don't think it will be. No, it's just glass. But that's really old. That's going to be dating from about 1900. Little pendant. Again, base metal. Paste, or commonly known as glass, but we like to call it paste. It's a really sweet little thing if you want something really old as a love token. 20 quid, just because it's so old. Communion token from Blair Gowrie. The Free South Church opened 1887. This do in remembrance of me, Luke 22 something. For as often as you eat this bread and drink this cup, ye do show the Lord's death till we come. I don't think I read that right, sorry folks. Either way, there's a little aluminium one, I think. 20 quid. They're quite collectible communion tokens. Right, moving on to a different era altogether. 1920s Egyptian Revival, I think. Again, there's a lot of thinking today. It's just brass, but it's a cute wee thing. Another 20 quid. That I'm not going to talk about because it's modern. Goodbye. And that Pinnacle little watch face sadly lost its winder, but for someone who's needing a Pinnacle watch for parts, that's probably quite useful. Tenner. And this is sweet, and I think these are dogwood flowers or something along those lines. And I believe this has been a bracelet piece once upon a time, that it would have, you see how we've got this shape at the end and then we've got a hinge in the middle that's been soldered. I think it would have been a bracelet, and for whatever reason it's been turned into a brooch. Sterling silver, I've tested that one already. It's really sweet, and that again is going to date from about the 1930s, earlier, potentially, with that clasp. Cute wee thing. Anyway, that's that.